Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're all well. Silver Fox, hot takes. Mentioned him yesterday, I think, or the day before. I think it was yesterday. Budget, stock market, economy, Britain, bagwash, general doom, general doom. That's all we get. That's all we get now. General doom. So, Reeve's pre-budget speech breaks stock market is the name of the video because the ever escalating debts of the country, which we've nearly got to 41 billion now, 3.241 billion. We went up nearly half a billion, 500 million since I made the video yesterday. So it's about £1 billion a day we're spending here. £1 billion a day, £365 billion a year. So it's about £1 trillion every 3 years. We're adding on to the national debt here. None of this is good. Again, if we go down the page slightly, this is never. I don't think this changes. I don't know if it changes very often. I don't know if this is correct. But if you've got a job, you owe 52 grand. And just between us all, if you've got a job, you owe 89 grand. If we take into account all the people, we all owe 52 grand. So, yeah, we're in a bit of shit here. I've mentioned it before, I've mentioned it for quite a while, all the way down the line. I mean, there's a thing here saying the national debt passed 1 trillion. When the fuck was that? I mean, that was fucking, what, 1990 odd. So, yeah, shit show, again, shit show. About to hit a million here. Gonna go for, 980,000, 990,000. There we go. Boom. 6 million. So, shit show. I've mentioned it for quite a while. Mentioned the national debt for quite a while. Mentioned the ramifications of forever printing money. It will break the money, and the money is rendered worthless. Like the pound's dying because they keep printing money. Again, I've mentioned this before. The want a one world currency and a one world economy, and in order to get there, they're going to break all the current economies we have, and that's what they're doing. So it is going to go to shit. It's going to get worse. They're not going to fix it. This is kind of proof of what I'm telling you. It is that these people have no intentions whatsoever, and haven't even mentioned it in the last fucking 15 years that I know of fixing this problem. And the answer to fixing this problem is stop borrowing money and pay some of this back, right? That's how you fix this problem. You stop borrowing money and you pay this back. Now, that's going to be a shit show, a real fucking shit show for a lot of people. A lot of people will be in poverty if we do that. It will be an absolute catastrophic shit show on all levels, but it's kind of what Thatcher was doing in a way. And she got nowhere near doing it, but it became a shit show, and everyone hated her because she had to cut money from stuff and everything because there's no money. So it would be an absolute catastrophic shit show for a lot of people, but ultimately would fix the problem eventually, and we could go back to being not having a normal economy, so to speak. But that won't happen. Again, you can see by this ever escalating number that that isn't going to happen. They are going to print us into an oblivion. I was literally talking to a financial advisor this morning, and everything I said, she couldn't disagree with what I was saying about the economy, about where it's going, about it'll have to ultimately collapse at the end of the day because you can't just keep print money forever. You're rendering the pound worthless. And ultimately, there's a one world currency at play here, digital. It will all be digital as well. It's all been announced. It'll all be worth the same thing. It might be called the pound. It might be called the euro. It'll all be digital. It'll all be worth the same amounts all around the world. Ultimately, it'll be a one world currency. It might just have slightly different names in different sections of the world, but because it's all the same value, it will in effect be the same currency, but they might pull the wool over your eyes slightly by calling it the British digital pound, the euro digital euro, but ultimately it'll be worth the same thing, so it's the same currency. So that's what's happening. The fucking us over here, to be honest. That's what's really happening. There's no fixing this. It's no getting better because they don't want to fix it. It could be fixed, but we would have to cut loads of benefits off loads of people, like pretty much everybody. and start paying some of this back. And again, it would be a catastrophic shit show for a lot of the country. So there's no fucking possibility we're going to do this. It's not going to be done. We're just going to print money forever till the whole system collapses and breaks around us, and that's what's going to happen. So yeah, Reeve's budget, 26th of November, fucking shit show that's going to commence. But she's made a speech here about the budget, and it's all gone to shit before the budget. So that's how bad it is. That's how bad it really is. So again, I can't stress enough how bad this is going to get down the line as well. Like there's many more budgets to come. So let's hear a bit of this.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. And the great and the good of the press were invited into Downing Street this morning and were given what can only be described as a very weird speech by the Chancellor. It's a pre-election speech. Normally, Chancellors this close to an election go into what is known as purdah. That's where they don't speak to the press, they don't release any details, they don't want to say anything because it may spook the markets, it may cause people to make decisions in advance of the budget.
Yeah, he said election twice there at the start, but I think he just meant budget, to be honest. But yeah, he said election twice, but yeah, it's before the budget, and again, to spook the markets. Again, everything that happened with Liz Truss a couple of years back. Yeah, so I'm sure he just meant budget there, but he did say election.
She'd rather them not make. And so, very unusually for them, they were surprised, caught off guard perhaps. They were invited in, and she stood there, and she gave a weird, almost unbelievable speech. It had some effects, but basically, she was going on and saying, "It weren't my fault. It's not my fault. Wasn't me, Gav. Big boy did it and ran away." She was blaming the Tories' austerity measures. She was blaming Brexit. She was blaming COVID. She was blaming Rishi Sunak.
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like these people and all these things are to blame. COVID's fucked us completely with the amount of money we printed, and nobody went to fucking work for fucking months on end. And COVID absolutely shafted us. It is all these people's fault and all these times in history's fault because every time we were adding to the national debt here. This is the thing. So Rachel Reeves is kind of right. She did inherit the shit show. It was a shit show before she got it. It really was. We were still probably about 2.8 trillion in debt when she inherited the shit show. So I don't know how good she is at economics. Is another side of it. And again, she's just been given this job, which is a real fucking hard job to do because the country's fucked here economically. And said in a way, fuck me, it's fucking ambulance or somebody in the background, piss off. I think it's police actually. It's the police chip shop time. They always seem to go past at the same time with the sirens on every day. So we've made the running joke they're all going to chip shop before it shuts because how can you have an emergency on the same day every time? So anyway, yeah, like it's Liz. Like Liz Truss again, what she done as well. Everybody's contributed to fucking over the economy is kind of the thing, but whether they were all employed to do that's another question. So, like I said, this could be fixed. Again, this could be fixed, but nobody's getting any benefits. Nobody at all. There's no benefits anymore. Work or die is kind of the crack, and the people who work are going to have to systematically pay off the debt over quite a long time, to be honest, quite a long time indeed. So that would eventually, once we've got the number down, you could carry on and things would kind of go back to normal, and again, just keep the national debt and the printing of money to limited, you know what I mean? Don't be just printing money hand over fist like we are here, like there's no tomorrow. And you could keep a handle on it, you know what I mean? Keep a handle on it. Maybe an idea here for people in economics and in the government. But no, we don't do that. We just print money like there's no tomorrow. So yeah, it's a fucking shit show to be honest. It's a fucking shit show, the likes of which you've never seen. So let's continue.
She was blaming everything other than the one moron who's got her into this position, which is Rachel Reeves. She was saying,
Yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong, she's fucked herself as well. She clearly doesn't really. Well, you've got two options. She either doesn't understand economics, and she is the Chancellor of the Exchequer. Take that into consideration. Um, she doesn't understand economics, or she's doing this on purpose, as I've just tried to explain here with the ever printing of the debt to get a one world currency and a one world economy. And she's just playing along with break the system because once we break the system, we can bring in a new system. Here presto, so to speak. But I mean, this is already planned again. It's got all digital. Um, so yeah, is she just playing along to the agenda? That's the other side of it. Or has she just been given a sinking ship? And there isn't really a lot you can do with this sinking ship unless you cut a lot of money to pretty much everybody. Stop printing money and giving it to fucking everybody, in foreigners, fucking you name it. And the working people try and pay off the debt. Then this isn't going to be fixed. Like I guess as it says here, again, this is kind of what's going on here. Every single one of us, bar none, every single one, even if you've just popped out of the womb like 10 minutes ago, you're 10 minutes old here, you owe the Bank of England £52,000 and £54, sorry, £52,054. So if we pay off all that, I mean, maybe if we paid off half, we would just still be all right, you know what I mean? So let's just say if we all paid 25 grand, has everybody got 25 grand to give the Bank of England? And the answer immediately is no. So there we go, there we go. That's the chances of it being fixed, zero.
saying that the situation was worse than she thought. That she blamed the high inflation on the Tory policies that haven't been in place for 18 months. She blamed the weakened pound on world events. And it was just.
Yeah, I mean, it's the inflation and the weakened pound. Again, I'm just explaining this at the start of the video. The more money we print, the weaker the pound becomes. So inflation's caused because we're printing money. Like, she has the ability, being the Chancellor of the Exchequer, to stop printing money like there's no tomorrow and giving it to fucking everybody. But she's chosen not to do that. Do you know what I mean? She's chosen not to do that. A lot of people kicked off when she tried to do some stuff. So she back fucking pedal on it all, and yeah, but the reality, this is the problem. Like she backpedaled on them decisions because everyone kicked off on her. But the reality is, if you want to fix this, that's the things that you need to do. You know what I mean? It's absolutely that's what you need to do. Stop spending money on stuff, no matter what it is. Just stop spending money, be it benefits, be it fucking stupid fucking Miliband green projects, all this bullshit. Stop spending and printing money and pay some of it back. And then we might fix the problem. But again, we're not going to fix this problem. Nobody's even mentioned fixing this.
Surreal. It was so weird that as a result of that speech, it became apparent that taxes are going up massively. Last year, she said this was a one in a lifetime or a one in a generational tax grab. She said there was a £20 billion black hole that they had inherited from the Tories. There wasn't. There was never any evidence of it. And she went on.
Yeah, I mean, when she come out with that figure, again, knowing economics, this £20 million black hole. I mean, I'm staring at a figure there that says 3.24 fucking trillion pounds. Do you know what I mean? Like, where's she getting this 20? I mean, she's meaning over the course of a year versus GDP. I mean, that's probably where the figure's coming from, if anything. It's a boiled down figure against how much debt against GDP we've got, which is 100% now. But how much of the deficit do we need to basically go over? We're going over 100% here is maybe a way of looking at it. We're going over 100%. This is massive ramifications with the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund and how much it costs to borrow money from the Bank of England, which isn't owned by the government in any way, shape, or form. So yeah, it's honest to God. Again, if everybody knew economics, we'd have probably fixed it by now because everybody would have seen you've been fucking lied to your entire life about the whole monetary system.
On a £40 billion tax grab. Well, that would have filled the £20 billion black hole, wouldn't it? And have 20 billion left over. She's got to come this time, and according to the OEC, the OBR, my apologies, she's got to try and get maybe 70 billion extra in tax. And so that once in a lifetime or once in a generation grab that she said had fixed the foundations, stable.
Yeah, but they're all fucking liars. I mean, why we can't figure out that all these people are fucking liars is well beyond me when they all fucking lie to us, you know what I mean? There was a pattern here. A real pattern with the politicians of lying and everything slowly getting worse while they claim they're going to make it better, but it continues to get slowly worse. They're lying. Doesn't nobody else figure this out yet? They're all lying to us. Because there's a bigger agenda at play. That's people can't fathom that we've been fucking sold out here for a bigger agenda, and of all the people involved will all be looked after when the fucking agenda's in play. You know what I mean? That's the other side of it. So yeah, you're being fucking lied to.
Stabilise the economy and put us on a good course for the future. Turned out that that was complete and utter horseshit. And the £70 billion grab, she didn't mention the numbers, but we're going with the OBR's figures.
Yeah, and I think this is just to balance the books, to be honest. Like this number, again, we'll come back to this number after the budget in December, in January, in February. And I guarantee you it's still going up at the same fucking rate. Because we give at least £100 million a fucking day to foreigners and universal credit and fucking all this shit and housing benefit and fucking putting them in hotels, the migrants and like all the HMOs. Like it must be about £100 million a day that we're spending on foreigners in general, of foreigners of all kinds. So it's a shit show again. I don't know how many times I have to say it's a shit show. It is a shit show.
Would utterly destroy everything. And as a result of that speech, the stock.
Yeah, so well, just catch that again. Again, and this is only one budget. There's another budget in 3 months. There's another budget, and that number will keep going up till that budget, I would imagine. Yeah, he definitely will. He definitely will.
Everything. And as a result of that speech, the stock market fell and lost. The FTSE alone lost £22 billion like that. A lot of people are thinking, well, so what? It's only stocks and shares, it's not real money. I'm afraid, dear hearts, that people don't realise.
Yeah, people don't understand economics. Like they're like, I realised when I'm talking to people who were like, I was only fucking like 30 at the time, and I was talking to people who were like 50 and 60 and 70 and 80-year-old people, and nobody knows economics. Like, but that's on purpose because then they can just fucking lie to you all the time about it, and you haven't got a fucking clue what's happening because you don't understand it. So that's the game, really. Don't teach them economics and just fucking lie to them all the time about it. But here you have, so how many lies you want in a row from Rachel Reeves? I don't know. Do you know what I mean? I mean, my opinion is she's gonna resign right after this budget, and Torsten Bell, who's really done the budget, will probably take over. And Rachel Reeves is just going to take the flak for all this shit, but it's not a lot she could have done about it, and to be honest, because of this number ever escalating, which nobody likes to mention except really me. So yeah, it's a shit show yet again.
How much of your pensions are tied up in the stock market? How much of an uplift to your pension has just been wiped out by one incompetent buffoon who was over promoted into a role she is clearly unsuitable and incapable for? When you, with one speech, can cause a bigger drop on the stock market than just about anything else short of, major catastrophe, which is what she is, of course, then you know it's time to go. And this is just on rumours of the huge.
And that rumours of the budget. It's not even the budget yet, just rumours of the budget. Again, she's got to go. She will go. That again, lad, or that Torsten Bell or whatever is actually doing the budget, and Rachel Reeves is just being kept on to take all the shit when all this comes out. She'll resign, and everyone will just crack on, and nothing at all will be solved because this number will ever escalate till the point that the entire economy collapses in the non too distant future. But it isn't imminent. Is another way of looking at it. It will just keep escalating, and inflation will keep going. The pound will get weaker. Everything will cost more. There's a lot of years, or a few years, of, I would imagine, of that before it ultimately collapses. But that's the end game here. So yeah, it's a catastrophic shit show, and every which way but loose. It's only going to get worse. When the budget actually comes, it's going to get a lot worse. So bunker down, people. To be honest, bunker down and go and learn economics. To be honest, that would be the biggest thing. Learn economics because it's well, it's a shit show. To be honest, I don't know how many times I've said that in this video, but it's obvious once you learn economics that we print money at debt. This debt. That this whole thing's not really a good system. To be honest, not really a very good system. It's kind of been built on it's been built on sand, is a way of looking at it. This whole system has been built on sand, and yeah, eventually the foundations will give. The foundations will give. I'll leave it there anyway. You get to watch this fucking shit show unfold for the foreseeable future, to be honest. Foreseeable future, as the number predicts. We'll leave it there. Peace.